Oh, what's going on, guys? Got another gold guide video for you today. It's the Kar98. Great weapon. A lot of fun to use. I'm gonna include that ground war playstyle, even though personally, I did all my camo challenges for the marksman rifles with these quickscope builds. It's the easiest way I found. They're a lot more agile. You can be way more mobile with them compared to the bolt actions. Um, Although this is a bolt action, you know what I mean. It's not like in the sniper category. But yeah, this was Kar98 was a lot of fun to use. Probably one of the guns I had the most fun doing out of all the guns in the game. But so yeah, again, like I just said, gonna have those two builds for you. I'll put those timestamps down below so you guys can just quickly go to whatever one you want. Depending on your playstyle, I'm gonna hop right into the quickscope one. Alright, so here it is, the quickscope build for the car. It's pretty standard. This is like the basic setup for anybody that's quickscoping with the car. Tac laser, this again, just like all the other snipers, aim down sight speed. Your sniper scope, I don't believe there's actually anything that helps you with your ADS speed for the marksman rifles. So I just use the sniper scope just to give it that kind of like generic sniper look. Plus, having a normal scope actually will help you with longer range kills if you need to go for them. But I just mostly used it because I liked how it looked. Your stock, the sport comb, ADS speed, sleight of hand. There's no ammo attachment, so your underbarrel attachment, this bipod, that's not going to matter at all because it's a bolt action. Recoil doesn't matter. None of these are going to help you unless you're going for the long range play style, which again I have another build for. And then there's no ADS speed barrel. So these three attachments right here are useless. So I went to the perk, and my favorite perk is sleight of hand for these snipers because it takes, especially for the car, you have to load each bullet individually. You're not using a clip or anything. But if you say you are fine with the reload speed, I would say, is it focus? Yeah, focus would be the other perk I would use because when you zoom in, you're not going to get aim punch as much when you're shot. And then your rear grip, stippled grip tape, that just helps you again with your ADS speed and your sprint to fire speed. So all in all, that's it. It pulls up pretty quick. It was a lot of fun to use. Shoots pretty fast. But I'm gonna hop into the other build here for anybody that that would prefer this playstyle. Again, I didn't use this. I used the other build, just what I found was easiest. But for people that don't like that quickscope playstyle and prefer a long range, campy sniping playstyle, this is for you. So your optic, I use thermal optics whenever I'm doing like these long range playstyles. Just keep in mind that when you're using a thermal optic, depending on which one you use, most scopes will give off a glare, where this one, at least it says it doesn't. It might, but if you look at, where's a scope? Let me show you real quick. Right here. Like on the sniper scope, any scope that gives off a glare, it should say right here, optical invisible to enemies. But so that being said, I'm using a thermal hybrid, which has got a red dot on the side right here in case anyone is close to you. Your stock, this is going to help with the aiming stability. When you're hard scoping, you want to make sure your shot is as steady as possible without you having to hold your breath. So that's going to help with that. Your granulated grip tape, this helps with stability again and walking steadiness, but that doesn't matter too much because I don't know who's walking around when they're sniping like this. But again, this is just, yeah, that's just there to help with your aiming stability. Your barrel, long range, you always want the extended barrels. Help with recoil control. That doesn't matter too much because it's a bolt action. Bullet velocity and damage range are huge for ground war. Just helps you get kills easier, and it maintains your damage at long distances. And then the monolithic suppressor always helps with your, or from what I've seen, it always helps with damage range and suppression, which, I mean, it's not going to hurt, so why not use it? Alright, what's going on, guys? This is the first video where I'm trying this new format for my gold guides. So if this video seemed a little choppy, I apologize. But I think this is going to help a lot with the length of the videos, because as you guys know, if you've seen any of my recent gold guides, I've been trying to shrink them in length because they've been 10+ minutes, and when I watch them back, I get bored and I find myself just closing out of the video because it's just boring watching that long of a video. So I'm hoping this new format and style is going to help with the length. So yeah, this car video is the first one where I'm trying this. So, and I recorded it before I even thought about this whole new layout. So it's gonna seem kind of, this first one's gonna be kind of rough, like the editing. Well, you've already made it through most of the rough parts, but I'm just gonna start with the new layout. So first off, you can see it should be popping up on the screen is the camo category spray paint. You can see right underneath it the max amount of kills you need to finish the entire like camo category. You're gonna need 450 kills. It's a passive thing basically. It's gonna come as you leveling up the weapon and as you just play around with it. You can see the game modes would be that I would recommend doing it in is shoot house or shipment. Just because there's small maps, you run into the most people the most often. And you get the most kills that way, I found. I would play hardcore, which is why I have variant there. Just because with going with any other gun, with going for any gold on any gun, hardcore is usually the easiest and the best game mode to play. Just for camos in general. And then the weapon build, I would say use the Quickscope build, which again, timestamps are all down below, just so you guys can quickly get there. And then moving on to the woodland, to completely finish that, you need 60 headshots. I would say go into ground war for this. This is not hardcore for it, so you have to play the core version. And then the weapon build, I would use the hard scope build. I just found that's how I did mine. I found it easier if you're just laying back and you're able to get headshots. And then moving on to digital, you need 50 crouching kills. The game mode, I would say play shipment or shoot house, just because they're close maps. You run into more people that way. I would definitely play hardcore just because, again, it's the best for getting camos. The weapon build, use the quickscope build just because it's more suited for those close and small maps. And then moving on to dragon, you're going to need 51 shot kills. Play shipment or shoot house, you get the most kills that way. And then play hardcore because every kill is going to be a one shot with the car. And then I would use the quickscope build just because it's suited for those small maps. Splinter, 150 kills with 5 attachments. Same thing, shoot house or shipment, play hardcore, and use the quickscope build. Even if you were using the ground war build, both are using 5 attachments, so that should help you out no matter what build you're using. Then topo, 50 long shots. You could do this in shoot house 24/7 if you mount up on that like the wall in the mid lane. If you shoot somebody at the other wall, you'll be able to get a long shot. But you could also do it in ground war. And then depending on what game mode you play, whether it's shoot house, I would say play hardcore, but if it's ground war, you have to play core. And then again, if you play shoot house, use a quickscope. If you're playing on ground war, use the hardscope build. Tiger, 50 mounted kills. Exactly as the same thing as long shots. It applies to the mounted kills. You can get mounted kills easily on shoot house on that wall, right where I was talking about the long shots. And then ground war, you can get mounted kills basically anywhere. And then same thing with the variants and the weapon builds applies to the same thing as long shots. Stripes, 25 double kills. You can do that on shoot house or shipment easily because there's so many people. That's if you're okay at quickscoping on those closed maps because you're using a bolt action, so it's going to be harder. But if you're having trouble, you could just go on to ground war and do it. But for me, I found it easier on shoot house or shipment. And then reptile, 75 kills with no attachments. I would say do that on ground war, just because it's going to make your car slow again. It's not going to be like as fast as it was with all the attachments. So I would do that on ground war, and you have to play core. And then there's no weapon build because there's no attachments. And then skulls, 25 3 kill streaks. Do that on ground war, and use the hardscope build just because that's suited for long range sniping. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know how this is gonna work in the video, and the video is gonna seem a little bit choppy compared to hopefully the newer ones that will be coming out. Just because this is my first time doing it, and I didn't record this video with this part in mind, if that makes sense. I'm kind of editing this in like at the last second before I finish this video, so it's gonna seem a little rough, but hopefully this works out well. If you guys liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't, there's a button down there for that as well. I always feel weird asking for people to subscribe, so I'm going to put that little clip of Jev in here at the end, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.
Jev is such a lame. He used to mock people for asking for subscribers, and now that's all he does. It's like, dude, the analytics between a video where you tell somebody just adding, hey, can you subscribe, versus not. It's actually insane. It's literally a friendly reminder that you can subscribe. I ain't begging for shit. I got enough. But if you want to subscribe, I appreciate it.